Acting apart by
Ogio. I don't know where to look. There's so many cameras. Do you need help here?
I do, because I lost count of the cameras and now I don't know what to do with my hands.
Oh my god. Honestly, though, that's the biggest actor struggle of, like, what do I do with my hands? What do I do with these hands of mine?
They ain't the real freaks. That's the problem.
Tilt it down a little bit.
You sound like a pro.
I've done this before.
Ooh,
Cheers. Alright, okay. Okay, so if you have to look at a camera, look at the middle one. That's what I decided.
Okay.
Alright. I guess I look good. Hey.
Hi, Ava.
Hi, Jamie. Alright, everyone. Alright, y'all. I hope everything's going well and dandy. Today, I have a very special guest, my dear, dear friend, Jamie Dion, who is an actor, a dancer, and he's going to tell me some other things that he does. What do you do, Jamie?
Thank you, Ava.
You're welcome.
I am a connoisseur of the arts. I started, I think the first discipline I had was, or artistic discipline I started in was music. I started as a musician, and throughout the musicianship of my life, I've played and kind of mastered 5 instruments, all brass.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah, right. I sincerely apologize, my dear friend.
It's okay. Jamie's also a very busy man.
Somebody's open my DMs right now, child.
So very important, so very special.
As of right now, however, I'm an actor,
Mm-hmm.
and on the record, I am a producer of TV and film. I have written for a number of networks. That's more or less where I am right now.
Okay.
Actor and actor-producer.
Okay. I love all of those titles. Actor, producer, also. So Jamie and I, we met at a school here in Atlanta. Acting company theater. We met at Pension House Theater here in Atlanta. We sure did.
We did.
Yeah.
Many, many moons ago.
So many short moons ago.
Short
Moons ago.
They last about 40 seconds.
But Jamie and I quickly become best friends. We're like 2 peas in a pod, and when we get together, we just can't help but giggle or something.
It's a hot mess.
It is. It really is.
Truly.
Look. What did you say earlier that took us on like a 5-minute tangent?
Oh no! It was the line from the fucking thing. No, it was stage directions.
It was stage directions.
Fade in.
Fade in on a girl.
And it just went to.
Fade in on a
Oh
girl.
yes, that's where it was.
And then we were like, oh, I can't remember if we took it to WAP or not. We took it somewhere, but it didn't
always ends with WAP.
Doesn't it though? Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Speaking of the pandemic and quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
How's that been treating you? You like that segue there?
Masterfully done.
Thank you.
The execution professional. Ciao. How has the quarantine been treating me? It hasn't been treating me. I've been
Wow.
doing what I have to do, doing what's necessary for me. It's allowed me to facilitate more time for myself and for things that I want to accomplish. I am currently in 3 classes right now,
Okay.
one of which I TA. That's a studio based in LA. Like my rhyme there, I know. There is an ongoing just collective of artists that I participate with weekly just to keep the chops fresh. And there is the Crystal Carlson masterclass that I'm in right now that is allowing my mastery of it to thrive.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really what's happening right now. So there's that. I am, and I hope that everyone else is having pretty good experiences as well. No matter what experience you're having, I encourage everyone to rest in the belief that all things are always working out for you. And
that takes us to an interesting thing. So, as an actor, we have to juggle rejection and all those other things. It's a lot. So, and we also have this worldwide pandemic going on and a freaking revolution in our hands. So, with all of that, what are you doing in terms of self-care practices? Like, how do you maintain exactly what you said of like...
We're basically in Egypt 2014, the revolution that happened there then. I have a friend who was actually in the middle of the revolution. She was pursuing her master's at American University in Cairo.
Wow.
Yeah. But to piggyback on what you were just saying, I'm kidding.
No, I love it when people piggyback. I don't have the support for it, but especially in heels, but you know.
Come on, the 16 Louis Vuittons.
Someday.
Self-care. Self-care is a vital element and tool as a human being, period. I immediately don't allow myself the space and opportunity to do that for myself.
Okay.
However, I recognize, I'm aware, and I'm working on that, which that's all you really can do.
Yeah.
Be aware and work on it constantly. It is a daily journey. It is a daily process. It's a thing to juggle, like all the things that you have to do throughout the day or that you don't have to do. I mean, it's a choice. The choice is up to you.
Yeah.
As of right now, I have discovered, pardon me, that my time in working out is my self-care time.
Okay. Like physically working out?
Physically working out. I don't really have to think about the logistic of things.
Yeah.
I'm pretty body aware, more than pretty body aware. So I'm a former dancer, so I'm used to it. It allows me to just breathe. I typically only work out towards the end of the day at the gym. So that means there are far less people there.
Okay.
I'm talking to people all day and day, and I just don't want to be... It allows me to be by myself, or with my trainer or whomever, but just significantly less people and interaction, and just be centered and grounded in what that moment... Presence is what it is.
Oh, and that's a very handy skill as an actor, because the most important tool we have is listening to each other, and that requires being present.
Yeah.
Man, I had thoughts.
Well, speaking of presence and listening to each other, back to self-care, listening to your body.
Okay.
Tell
me more.
A lot of times we will... you remember, like the push, the hustle culture.
Yeah.
Always working, team no sleep.
That's toxic as fuck. Toxic AF.
So,
Like...
It to what purpose does that serve? How does that help you? Maybe it'll help your career.
Right.
But once you get to a certain space, what is your body going to do? Like, how is your body going to maintain? How's your brain, how's your mental capacity going to maintain?
Not only that, but what I tend to think about too is how is what I'm doing sustainable? So if I'm in the hustle culture in the midst of it and hustling 24/7, like that's not maintainable forever. Like it's a sprint, but whatever we're doing, whether it's acting or career-wise or anything, it's a marathon. And you can't sprint for an entire marathon. You will die. You will die.
And I'm doing sprints right now. My shin splints, my quads, my calves, my hammies. Not always forever.
So, with you saying all of that...
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. But with you saying all of that, it gave me a minute to think about what I did want to say too. What I lost the other minute. Speaking of acting and speaking of self-care, so there are a lot of people who look... Not a lot of people. There are some who look down on having a quote-unquote day job, or AKA paying the bills, which needs to happen as you're pursuing your art. What are your thoughts on that, and do you mind sharing what your...
Sure. Yeah.
other businesses? Because you're a man of many talents.
Thank you for acknowledging that. I'm going to sit in that for a minute and allow that to stew within me. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I thought you were just trying to think of what you
No,
were saying.
No, you're good. I'm just talking shit. Sorry.
I love shit talking.
Mm-hmm.
Can't touch leashes.
Lord. Okay.
Can't take me anywhere.
Nowhere. So, okay, there's this. We'll hop on this real quick. There's this notion that, with regards to being an actor, you are only an actor if you're currently in a production or in a show currently working. Mm-hmm. And so that means we're relegated to that only that thing that we are doing in that moment. And if we aren't doing that thing in that moment, then we are not that thing. That is absolutely not true. If a teacher is out on summer break, are they not a teacher anymore? No. They're always a teacher.
Always a teacher.
Right. So there's that. Like, you are always who you are and who you want to be. Stand true, stand firm in that. And any outside influences aside from that do not matter. With regards to the day job, it's a skill set. You have an additional skill set that you are utilizing and producing income. It's an income producing activity, income producing skill that you're doing, as well as your acting. It's just the function of acting is a little different than the ability to. Not all shows last always.
Right.
You're gonna move on to another one. It's not that big of a deal. I have friends who are software engineers, friends who are
and also actors,
and also phenomenal actors who are booking.
Okay, we're gonna pause right there. Hopefully you'll tune in for the next episode because this discussion is just getting hot.